in your mind? Perhaps words like fear, dread, agony, and obligation were your first thoughts? Were words like joy, passion, curiosity, and freedom even in the mix? It seems as though these sentiments have taken a back seat, and the looming threat of life, hinging on your choice of college and the status that accompanies it, overshadows all. A doctor once told me a story about his daughter and her journey through the much-dreaded and often maligned college process. He and his wife attended college night at their daughter's local high school. His daughter was a bright young woman who was full of potential. After a long night of meeting with college representatives, the daughter told her father, "I really like NYU," to which he reacted positively. Then they met the representative from Harvard. The representative was so impressed with the young woman that he handed her an application and his address so that he could personally deliver it to Harvard for her. Her parents were ecstatic that their daughter had seemingly been handed an admission ticket to Harvard, perhaps the most selective school in the country. However, to their dismay, when they got outside that night, their daughter refused to apply to Harvard, adamantly insisting that she wanted to go to NYU, and she eventually tore the application in half and threw it in the garbage. They now laugh hysterically at the image of the mother foraging face down inside the trash pail to retrieve the rejected remains of the application with her legs flailing about in the air. Subsequently, their daughter blissfully attended NYU for 4 years and continues to maintain that it was one of the best decisions of her life. I'm sure that many of you in the audience cannot quite comprehend why anyone would turn down an all but certain acceptance into Harvard, but that is precisely why I'm here to talk to you today. The college process has progressed to the point where it is less about the student applying and more about the schools that they are applying to. College counselors, parents, and society lay out an elaborate plan of success that includes being admitted to one of the nation's top colleges as the #1 goal of adolescence. This is exactly why I admire the girl in my story, because she knew what she wanted in life, and no one, not admission officers, not parents, not society, could tell her differently. This is the illustration of the principle of self-reliance. The champion of this principle, Ralph Waldo Emerson, once said, "The things taught in colleges and schools are not an education, but the means of education." In today's college-crazed world, where the College Board is a not-for-profit organization with $500 million in revenue, Emerson's idea appears to be tossed to the side. Children are trained from an early age as though everything in their life leads up to their choice of college. Kids pursue activities with an ulterior motive in mind. Where has participating in activities for the sake of having a good time gone, and not just to add to a laundry list of credentials? I am not immune to this trend, but it is disturbing, considering that the larger number of students who apply to college, the more students will take on activities that they do not enjoy for the sake of their resumes. Emerson's preaching seems to fall on deaf ears. However, I am here today to say that Emerson's teachings do have merit, and that having self-reliance and inner peace is much more important than having someone plan out your college applications for you. What is the point of doing anything if it does not give you fulfillment? I see students tirelessly toil through difficult schedules in which sleep is lacking and fulfillment is even rarer. Is taking a multitude of AP and honors courses really a personal choice? Or is it simply what everyone else does? Is loading up on activities and rarely having a free minute truly beneficial, not only to one's happiness, but one's well-being? The prototypical high school wonderkin is someone who never wastes a second, always moving, always studying, and always working, to the point that the common application simply does not have enough spaces to list the entirety of a student's activities. I personally can see that these kids are usually unhappy in the grand scheme, and a plurality of their time is spent on activities for which they do not have a great conviction or liking, but that give them a more diverse profile for their applications. By spreading themselves so widely, I believe that a student's true interests are diluted, and they say to themselves, I just hope I can get through high school so I can study what I really want to in college. My question is, why wait? Nothing impresses others more than being an expert in one subject. The college process has blurred the vision of teenagers today and projects that it is bad for them to be one-dimensional. Everyone is trying to be a Renaissance man, and most of the time, it is simply not possible. Education in general preaches diversification, learning a little something about as many things as possible. I believe, in this aspect, education is overrated. It is designed to produce students who appear impressive to colleges, but many times fails to instill a genuine interest in learning. Why would something intended to help students discover their true interests discourage them from focusing on their true passion? This brings us back, once again, to Emerson's point of relying on oneself. As I look out into this audience, I see many students contemplating their future. I plead of you to stop for a second and to ponder what it is that you really want. Invest serious time and thought into your course selections, and remember Emerson as you do. At the end of the day, the college you attend does not define who you are. You will be you, no matter which college you attend. And remember, as your degree hangs silently encased on the wall, it will be you sitting in interviews, you making the presentations, you impressing your employers, and you who has to answer to yourself. I close with a quote from Galileo Galilei. You cannot teach a man anything. You can only help him find it within himself. Thank you.